under the weather. Oh, so sorry that you experienced that. But do you feel excited about today's class?
Yeah. Yes.
What drives you to come to our class?
The topic really got my attention.
Do you feel relatable, or do you want to get something from it?
I actually would like to know more about the topic and what the speaker is gonna, talk about in this
Mhm.
session.
Yes. And are you one of the scientists?
I'm not a scientist,
Uh-huh.
so
Yeah, but you think like a scientist, right? And
yes,
we will find out what does it mean to think like a scientist today.
yeah,
Anyway, thanks
yeah.
Dian for coming.
My pleasure.
Okay, it's always good to see you here. Thank you. Okay, I want to greet another amazing Britzone here. Maybe I want to greet. Um, I don't know how to say this name. It's in Japanese. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hey, how can I
Sorry.
pronounce your name? I'm sorry,
Ganis,
I
Ganis,
can't.
sorry.
Danis? Ganis?
Ganis.
Ah, Ganis. Well,
Ganis.
that's beautiful name. Hi, how are you, Ganis?
I'm good. Thanks.
You're
How
good.
are you?
I'm great. I'm great, and I'm really happy to see you here. So, do you know the topic about today's class, Ganis?
Mm, I'm unsure.
Well, you are such a loyal prisoner. You just come, even though you're quite unsure about the topic. Thank you, Ganis.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks a lot. Okay, what about Saiful? Hi, Saiful. I've seen you a lot lately.
Hi, Putri.
Hi, how's your day?
I am doing well.
Right? And do you feel like, have you ever implemented think like a scientist in your life?
Actually, I currently watch a movie in Netflix. It's the title "Alive on Our Planet." I and the movie talk
Mm-hmm.
about global warming, and then
Oh,
today our topic is very interest for me.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I do agree with you. And you want to find out how to think like a scientist, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Saiful. And I really admire your high curiosity. And I hope you
Yeah,
can find the answers.
thank
All
you,
right.
Putri.
So, yeah. Oh my God. I have greeted so many Britzoners here. And hi, everyone. I'm so sorry that I cannot greet each of you, but I'm sure that all of you are in great condition. I hope. And yes, today we will start our class. And my name is Putri, and I will be the MC for this class. Okay, so before we start, I will announce several um, points and announcements from Britzone, and I need help from our Zoom host. Would you please share the screen, our Zoom host? Thank you. Okay, so I will give you several announcements, so bear with me in a few minutes. Hi, fellow Britzoners. Thank you so much for always returning to our classes, and we really appreciate your time here. Okay, next, please. Well, Britzone, as you always know, Britzone is the largest free English community in Jakarta. We have several values. We are free and open platform, so all of you can join us no matter what your background is. And we're also have another value. It's volunteerism, and we are powered by um, committees and also conductors who are all volunteers. And also, we always encourage people to speak English and to learn English together. And we make English affordable and accessible for everyone. So those are our values. And so don't hesitate to join us. Next, please. So yeah, we have several classes a week, and this is a regular classes. The first class we have is Britzone Speaking Academy. It's on Tuesday, starts at 7 p.m. till 8:30 p.m. Focuses on public speaking, speech, debate, interview, etc. So if you really want to enhance your speaking skills and also your public speaking skills, you can come to Tuesday class. Next, please. We have another class. It's Britzone Betterment series, which is today on Wednesday, starts at 7 p.m. till 8:30 p.m. And on this class, we touch all four skills in English. There are listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So if you want to better your English, your four skills in English, please come to our class. Next. And if you're bored and you want to have some fun, you can come to our Britzone Fun Day. It's on Saturday. It starts at 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. We bring various topics for weekly discussions, and there will be a lot of games to play with, so you will not get bored, and you will spend your weekend in a fun way. So come to our Britzone Fun Day class. Next. We have several social medias, but we're currently active on Instagram. That's our main platform. So please follow our Instagram at Britzone ID, and you will get a lot of information and content about English. And also we have Clubhouse. We are on Clubhouse. We have a lot of discussions there. So if you are on Clubhouse, please join us by typing Busy English Community. And you can also be one of the speakers there. And we are also on Facebook. So please add us on your Facebook. It's Britzone. And we have YouTube channel, Britzone English Community. So please subscribe to us, subscribe to Britzone English Community, and you can find a lot of resources to learn English. You can also check out our website. It's britzone.id. Well, Britzone, as I said earlier, is the largest free English community in Jakarta. And how to raise our fund? Please, you can support our Britzone by purchasing BusyMart and BusyMerch. But currently, BusyMart is unavailable due to the pandemic. And we have, don't be sad, we have BusyMerch, and you can buy a lot of cool products there. Next. All right, so these are our products, Busy merchandise. We sell cool t-shirts and also time-limited design lanyards for you, and also antibacteria mask that you can buy on our Instagram at Britzone Merch, and also you can contact us on WhatsApp and purchase our merchandises. All right, so Britzone has been sponsored by Perpustakaan Dikbud for years, and it's the Library of Education and Culture Ministry. Please, you can sign up for becoming the member of the library to access impressive resources, 32K book collections, audio and video collections. And you can also follow Perpustakaan Dikbud on Instagram. This is a very cool library. You need to visit the library as soon as possible. Next. And yeah, we are also supported by Atmago application. It's a social network application in Indonesia that helps people to share neighborhood issues with its campaign, Warga Bantu Warga. And there will be additional information about Atmago application from the Atmago brand ambassador. Karaki, are you there?
All right, thank you so much, our Miss MC for tonight, Putri. So everyone, hello Britzoners. Good evening. I hope you on a good mood, on good vibes, because tonight we will have fun together here. I'm Raki. I am as a brand ambassador of Atmago here. I will explain to you what is Atmago by give you some videos and you can check it out.
Apa itu Atmago? Atmago adalah sebuah media sosial berbasis masyarakat dengan semboyan warga bantu warga. Atmago mengajak warga masyarakat untuk saling berbagi informasi di sekitarnya secara online. Informasi dapat berupa berita, lowongan kerja, pengaduan, dan pengumuman kegiatan warga yang semuanya bersifat lokal. Atmago mengajak kita untuk menjadi jurnalis warga yang mampu mengabarkan keadaan sekitar kita sendiri yang mungkin luput dari pemberitaan media besar. Ayo beratmago dan tunjukkan siapa dirimu.
Alright. On the other hand, Atmago also have another feature. So here it is.
Indonesia memiliki lebih dari 3.000 komunitas yang berpengaruh di bidangnya. Karenanya, Atmago menghadirkan ruang komunitas Atmago, ubah diskusi menjadi aksi. Atmago menawarkan berbagai fasilitas. Kamu dapat menampilkan aksi-aksi komunitas kamu, merekrut relawan baru, mendokumentasikan semua kegiatan komunitas kamu, memonitor dan menganalisis segala bentuk perkembangan dalam angka dan data. Jadi tunggu apa lagi? Mari bergabung bersama ruang komunitas Atmago. Atmago.com, warga bantu warga.
Alright, that's all information about Atmago. So I hope you get the new information about Atmago. So I will give it back to the MC.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Atmago Ambassador. Okay, we will continue the announcement. All right, after listening to Atmago application informations, and I hope you can download it on Play Store and use it for everyday life because it's very useful. Okay, so we have after class traditions by taking pictures, and please give us your feedback at this link, bit.ly/busyfeedback2021, or you can scan this barcode because your feedback matters to us. So we will improve our performance in every class. Thank you for listening to our announcement. Now it's the time for the main session. Okay, so as you guys know, today's class is very interesting. It's about how can we think like a scientist to overcome our everyday problems. And here with us, we already have our conductor. He is Galih Widiyanto. Hi, Galih.
Hi,
So, I would like to introduce Galih to all of the Britzoners here. Galih is a content writer at Kok Bisa. Do you guys know Kok Bisa, or have you ever watched videos from Kok Bisa on YouTube? It's a very big channel. And yes, Kok Bisa is a channel, media platform that engage in science, that conveys education for people about science. Okay, so without further ado, let me present to you Galih Widiyanto. The time is yours.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you, Putri and Britzone community for this opportunity. Maybe before I start the session, I will share the screen first. Okay. Okay, can you guys see the screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can
Right.
see it.
Okay. So, okay, I'll start then. Thank you, Putri, for your opening. So, like Putri said before, I'm Galih. I'm working as content writer for Kobisa. And yeah, like Putri said before, also that Kobisa is a science and education media that produce animation videos on YouTube. So we try to simplify scientific contents in a more simple and entertaining way. So uh, that's Kobisa and me in a nutshell. So get back to the topic. So Putri, my friend, asked me a couple of weeks ago to attend this Britzone community event as a speaker. And actually, I was shocked because I didn't know what to say in this session. And even this is my very first time to attend an online event as an English speaker. So pardon if I still have some grammatical error. So yeah, that's the disclaimer, but that's fine. Let's get back to the topic. So yeah, Putri asked me to attend this session to talk about anything. So since I'm one of the member of Kobisa, so we usually do the science communication. So what I want to give you guys tonight is about how to think like a scientist in our daily life activities. So yeah, let's start. And what will we get from this sharing session? Well, uh, I hope we can be more accurate and mindful when we are consuming information in the future. So that's, I hope we can be this kind of person when having scientific thinking in our daily life. So yeah, so and this is the table of contents. So there are 5 of them and yada yada yada. You guys can see it, but let's go to the introduction, the first session. So I'll start with this question. What is the most horrifying hoax that you ever heard? Maybe I hope one of you guys can share your story in here and maybe turn your camera and share your story. Or maybe I'll start first, yeah. So um, the most horrifying hoaxes that I've ever heard before, it was when I was still in, maybe when I was still in elementary school. I used to believe that everything that happens around me, everything from the political activity to economy to the education to everything was governed or controlled by one single entity called Illuminati. So yeah, I used to believe in that kind of story. Well, there might be the history of Illuminati, but I think most of them are hoaxes, and that's one of the hoax that I used to believe when I was still in elementary school. And yeah, that's my story. Does anyone want to share their story in here? Maybe, uh, maybe you can turn your microphone, or maybe just share in your in our uh, chat room.
Wow, Efika raised her
But
hand, Gali.
okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Vika.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. So the most horrifying hoax that I've ever heard is that someone told me that my house is haunted, and that it affects my little brother, and yeah, that's the most horrifying hoax that I've ever heard because it's not true at all.
Yep. That's one of the most popular story that we
Yeah.
usually hear here in Indonesia, the ghost story. And
Yeah.
that's okay. I think maybe some of us believe that the ghost is real, but um, I think we need to see it in another point of view that oh yeah, thank you, Evika, for sharing your story.
Thank you.
Yep. So yeah, what I want to say is I used to believe in that story because I read those contents, and maybe Evika also believe, and her family also believe in that story because they usually consume contents that related to ghosts, and I think that's okay. But the problem is, we if we read or consume contents that related to hoax or for such for a long time, we will be shaped to be a person that is more easily manipulated by those stories. And unfortunately, there are a lot of false information or hoaxes that circulating around on our social media, on our internet. There are a doctor but spreading conspiracy theories, or there is a story that an innocent boy accused as a babi ngepet, or another negative story like prank videos on YouTube, or any other kind of negative stories that buzzing around on our social media. So that can be a dangerous situation for our society, because we can be shaped as a society that believe in these false information. And actually, in 2018, there were almost a million negative contents that were reported in Indonesia alone. And yeah, you can see the stats here, and even it is only from 2018. How about today, when the corona happens, and since we spend most of our time in our own bedroom because we can't go outside, and that's why we tend to spend our time on social media, and that's why the stats shows that global use of social media increased by 21%, and the news consumption also increased. So what I want to say, the pandemic triggers anxiety. When we are anxious, we tend to be more easily manipulated by anything around us. And also, that's why anxiety makes us more prone to hoaxes. And even there is a study that said 100 people were killed because of the hoaxes and conspiracy theories related to corona, and that's really unfortunate. And even there is the one occasion that happened in our own backyard that that's related to COVID-19 hoax that makes one person die because of it, and that's really unfortunate situation for us. And so the next question is, what can we do about it? Should we just wait until the hoax appear on our WhatsApp group chat? Do we want to get that information? Of course, I think no, we can just wait until that. So that's why we are here to at least see another point of view to counter this problem. So the second session, the countering hoaxes and misinformation. Um, if I visualize the hoax, then the hoax would be like a tree, a growing tree. And to prevent the tree from growing bigger and bigger, we can do two things. We can cut the branches to stop the tree from growing, and also we can remove the tree by its root. So that's the visualization of what can we do to prevent hoax spreading wider. We can use the top-down method or cut the branches, or um, in this topic, we can block the site or report the news or make a hoaxbuster platform to reduce the amount of hoax spread around. Or we can also remove the root, the fake tree, the fake news tree by its root, by not block the site but habituate this scientific thinking. And that's what I want to share to all of us, how to habituate this scientific thinking. And yeah, our government tried to prevent or cut the hoax branches by blocking that amount of hoax contents that were spreading around on our social media. And that's a good try that our government try. And that's okay. But even until there is a scientist or a doctor from another country that also try to help us prevent this hoax spreading around by tweeting some topic that some weeks ago or months ago were gone viral because there was a panic buying related to the COVID-19. So yeah, uh, it's doable, but it's hard because everyone needs to help each other. And the further question is, how long do we want to cut the branches manually? How long do we want to stop the hoax by manually report the site or block the content? I think it would be hard for us to do it in the long term. So that's why we will get to know to scientific thinking. And for starter, this is Indonesia. If all of us implement this scientific thinking, that of course this is just a joke, but you got the point. So what does it mean to think like a scientist? There are at least 3 properties that describe someone to think like a scientist. The first one is it based on facts, or it can be classified as empiricism. So when we want to have a conclusion about some information, at least we have to have the facts, we have to have the evidence. And that's the first one. And the second one, we have to think logically. When we face some problems, we can just make a simple conclusion based on that. We have to think slowly and observe it critically to see what is the conclusion behind the phenomenon. So that's the nutshell of what it means by think logically. And the last one, but not least, be open-minded, or we have to always open to another kind of possibilities. We can just believe in one story or one facts. We have to think that maybe someday in the future, this what we believe can be proven as a wrong information. So that's what it means by being an open-minded. So that's the properties. And I want to share to you guys that Kobisa some weeks or months ago posted these infographics on our Instagram. So this is the title, dua sosok admin yang kerja di dalam otak kita. This topic is based from a psychologist named Daniel Kahneman. So he found that our brain is controlled by or is governed by 2 systems, the first system and the second system. To know how this system work, I can give you some visualization by give you these questions. The first question, what is the answer of 2 plus 2? Can you guys know the answer? Of course, I think all of us know, right? How about the second question? What is the answer of 32 multiplied by 67? What is the answer of that question? Do you guys know the answer? Nah, I think at least we will grab the calculator to find the answer. But the point is, that's the 2 system of our brain work. In the first scenario, the 2 plus 2 equation, the question, we answer it quickly. We answer it instinctively without having a second thought. We just know the answer. But when the second scenario happened, we tend to stop for a while and think, what is the answer of the question? So that's how our brain work in the first system and the second system. And what we want to say in here, that when we see a hoax or of information, we tend to think it on our first system. We just react to it and instinctively reply to it. We just make it spread even more wider. So that's where our first system of our brain work. And what we should do is use the second system when we see when we see information out there, we have to stop for a while and think it more slowly and carefully, and to find the conclusion based on that information. So that's the two system of our brain work. So yeah, that's the infographic. And one more important thing about science. So our argument can always be tested and can be wrong. So the key is always ask questions. And this is the good thing about having the scientific thinking, because we always can put our thought, our hypothesis to be tested, and it can be wrong sometimes. So, but that's the good point of having a scientific thinking. And the question, the next question is how to implement it, how to implement the scientist's way of thinking to our daily activities, how to implement that. So this is the simplified version of how scientists think. Yeah, this is the chart. Scientists usually start by first asking questions. What is the definition of something? What happened when this thing happened? What is the reason behind of the reason behind why some phenomenon happen? So yeah, scientists start by asking questions. And the second one, after they ask question, they make a hypothesis or make an assumption based on the question. If what is the definition of let's say a tree, let's say what is the function of tree, let's say, and maybe the scientists then will have a hypothesis that a tree is for helping any other organisms around them. So let's say that that is the hypothesis. And to know whether our hypothesis is true or not, we have to test it, whether the function of the tree that we said before is true or not. So that's the what does it mean by testing our hypothesis or our assumption? And by then we will have the evidence from our hypothesis. It can be to scenario when it's true that it supported our hypothesis, or it is different from our hypothesis. And yeah, it's kind of blur to just see it, but so yeah, let's try to implement it. Let's say this is our study case. There was someone catch a wild boar in Depok. So when we see this information and when we use the scientific thinking, we will start by asking question first. Does babi ngepet really exist? Maybe that would be our question. Let's say that's our question. And then based on the question, we will have the hypothesis. I think it's probably like just a regular boar. That's our hypothesis, our assumption. So after that, after we have the assumption, we have to test the assumption whether it's true, it is based on facts or not. But unfortunately, we are not scientists who have the fancy lab and any other tool that can help us to prove whether it's true or not. We have Google, so we can use it to search whether our hypothesis is true or not. And by then we can see some evidence by looking to robust sources, whether our hypothesis is true or not. And yeah, I think it's clear that it was just a hoax. And yeah, I think you guys already know also one made and just a hoax. Yeah, one more additional. Kobisa made a video about it. So guys, you can check it out on our YouTube page. So that's a little bit ads. But then the further question is, but I'm not a scientist. Why should I think like them? What is the benefit of having that method of thinking? Why should I have to think like that? So this is where it leads to the next part. So have you guys ever overheard this? Like maybe there is some of your friends said that every guy is a plebe, and maybe there is a post on Facebook that say Bill Gates is a billionaire even though he dropped out from school. So maybe after see this information, we will react by, so what is the point of going to school then? Why should we just drop out from school and do another activity? Or my grandfather was a heavy smoker but lived a long life up to 90 years. So maybe some people will conclude that, well, I think it's okay to smoke cigarette then, or a certain brand of milk, it is stated that can cure COVID patients. So that's where scientific thinking comes in handy. It can be used to solve this kind of questions. Even though maybe we can just easily Google it on Google to find the answer, but having the scientific thinking, we are not only just look for the evidence, but we are here to test our assumption whether our assumption is true or not. So that's where scientific thinking comes in handy to solve these everyday questions. And of course, scientific thinking is usually used to solve these harder questions like this, where there is some debate some years ago whether national examination hinders the improvement of the quality of our education or not, or using smartphone for a long time can make us dizzy and sick, or any other categories that we are not sure what is the answer of those questions. So we can use the scientific thinking to solve this problem, to solve this real problems that happen out there. We can test our assumption whether using smartphone for a long time can make us dizzy or not. And even this can be a topic for someone to make a thesis based on this question. So yeah, scientific thinking is used to solve these real problems out there. And yeah, back to the fake news tree. Without waiting for someone to cut the branches, we will put it out by ourselves. Without waiting for someone cut the branches. Without waiting for our government block the hoax side. We can just pull the root by ourselves. And I guess, in the future we will face this scenario again. In the future, we will see this broadcast, this kind of scenario. That's fine. We can use the scientific thinking to test whether the news is
Oh,
right.
hello, Galih. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, I think Galih is having connection issue. Well, I can conclude from Galih's presentation that scientific thinking concludes the observing and also to testify our hypotheses and making predictions and testing our ideas. And finally, we can get the rational outcomes from it. But now I want to ask you guys, Brit learners, have you ever implemented scientific thinking in your life? Maybe I would love to ask Irfan. Hi, Irfan. Have you ever implemented scientific thinking in your life? Maybe you faced some problems in your life.
Hello Putri.
Hi.
Maybe for tonight I have no answer. For the first time, maybe I must deep thinking again. But I'm sorry. But maybe you can choose the other at first.
All right. I think you
I have no
try to
prepare
make
for at first. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Irfan, thank you so much for being
Yeah.
here. Thank you. Okay, I can see that Galih is back now. Galih, you can continue the presentation.
I'm sorry. I think it's already.
Don't apologize. Thank you. No worries, Galih.
Actually, it's already done. It's just one more slide. Okay, but okay, I'll continue then.
Okay.
So the last slide. So yeah, this is the last slide. The conclusion that I want to say. So like one of our founding fathers once said, learning without thinking is useless, but thinking without learning is very dangerous. So it means that we have, even when we are learning, we have also to think whether our information that we learn, that we see, is true or not. So yeah, that's the conclusion of this session. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Galih. Everyone, please give a round of applause for Galih. What a great way to explain how to think more scientifically. Thanks, Galih. Okay, now let's move on to the next session. It's the session that you've been waiting for. So it's activity session. And I'm sure you guys want to apply or implement what you've got, the knowledge you've got from Galih about scientific thinking. And now let's implement that in our activity session. And I will let the host to introduce our facilitators. Hi, host. Mr.
Hello,
host,
Miss MC. All right. Hello, Britzoners. Welcome back with me, Mr. Zoom
Hi,
host. Hi. And
yeah.
All right. I will introduce you our awesome facilitators for tonight. Basically, in a FGD session, you have 30 minutes to discuss about the topics that the facilitators bring to you. So let me introduce the first facilitators is Saskia. Hello, Saskia.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Saskia. Are you ready for tonight?
Sure.
All right. Good luck for your FGD session, Saskia.
Yeah.
And then next, I will call another awesome facilitators is Dika. Hello, Dika. Are you there?
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you too, Dika. Are you ready for tonight, Dika?
I'm all set.
All right. So thank you so much for becoming our facilitators tonight. I hope you have a great discussions. The next is the awesome facilitators. I will call Dimas. Hello, Dimas.
Yeah, hello, Raffi. Hi, everyone.
Hi. Are you ready for tonight?
Yes, of course. Can wait.
All right. Thank you so much, Dimas. Okay, the next awesome facilitators is Matt. Hello, Matt. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Are you ready for tonight, Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. can't wait to hear these people opinions about tonight's class.
All right, thank you so much for joining us as the facilitators. I hope you have a great discussion tonight. So the next is the awesome facilitators is Anna. Hello, Anna.
Hi everyone. I'm Anna.
Hi. Are you ready for tonight, Anna?
Sure, of course.
All right. Thank you so much for becoming our facilitators for tonight. And I will call the last awesome facilitators for tonight is Arif. Hello, Arif.
Hello, Raki. Hi, everyone. It's nice to see you all.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
Are
to
you
meet
ready
you
for
too.
tonight?
100%, yeah, of course.
All right. Thank you so much for joining as our facilitators for tonight. So that's all the awesome facilitators, and the discussion will run around 30 minutes. So I hope all of you guys can enjoy the discussions, and I will open the room in 1, 2, and 3. Hope you enjoy, guys.
Enjoy the discussion, Britzoners. And Galih and I will stay here to answer the questions from our viewers on YouTube. So you ready, Galih?
I hope so.
We have thousands of questions from you.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm just joking. Yeah, but as I can see here now, we have a lot of people watching from YouTube because they didn't have access to the Zoom because we have limited participations. We have Okay, so the first question is from Albizia. Hi, Albizia. Thanks for joining our class. How do we implement critical thinking in our daily lives? I mean, how to make it as a habit. So he's asking about critical thinking. What do you think, Galih?
So it's kind of hard for the first time to implement this method in our daily life, but at least we can try to ask questions first and be more curious on our surroundings. So by then we can we will be more curious to find the answer of the phenomenon around us. So yeah, at least we can start by asking questions and be more curious about anything.
Okay. Wow, that's the very first step, the most essential first step that we should do, yeah?
Yeah.
So start asking questions. Speaking of asking questions, I'm sure that a lot of teenagers are experiencing this. Maybe they're at school. I'm a teacher, so I experience it a lot. When my students start asking questions repeatedly, and their friends will be like, "Stop asking questions," because how can we stimulate the people? I mean, the in this case, the students to start asking some questions to stimulate them. Do you have any suggestions, Galih, on that?
I think we can show them that asking question is fine because that's the first step for us to find the answer, to find the truth. So we can show them by we ask question first, and we show to our, let's say, our friends or our brothers, our little sisters, by it's okay to ask questions because we are one step closer to the answer, and that's good for us.
Yes, it's okay to ask questions, right? Wow, someone is asking again. It's Intan. So what's your question, Intan? Okay, while waiting for Intan to type her questions. So, how do you feel after finishing your presentation? Do you feel less nervous?
I'm okay with that. The one that made me nervous because of so my internet was so bad lately, so I'm afraid that I will get disconnected, and yeah, that's kind of make me nervous. But yeah, I'm glad that it's already finished.
Yeah, yeah, it's already finished, and that's all right. Don't apologize for that. But based on your experience, um, what are the benefits for you personally after you implement this way of thinking, which is scientific thinking? So, what are the benefits that you got personally?
Well, I can make better decision for myself. Like, let's say, by when we see a hoax related to, let's say, a vaccine, maybe by having the scientific thinking, we can be more sure about whether we should take the vaccine or not. And if we can use the scientific thinking, we can make a better decision, and not only for us, but also for the society as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree with you
Because by
entirely.
having vaccination, yeah.
Yes, it can protect us from getting heavier symptoms from COVID-19, right? And also produce some antibodies. All right, well, that's really great. And we have another question from Intan. Is there any special skills to build scientific thinking and implementing it?
Well, I believe being offensive or being active is a better option. Some say that the best defense is actually offense.
All right. So the question from Intan is there any special skills that we need to acquire in order to implement this scientific thinking, Galih?
The good thing about having scientific thinking that we don't need any requirement to do so. We just have to be a curious person. We can start by asking questions when we see when we see information and any other kind of phenomenon out there. We can just start by asking it, and whether it's true or not, and then try to test our hypothesis or assumption whether it's true or not. So I think we don't need we don't need to have any specific requirement be to think like a scientist.
Oh yeah. Yes. Wow. Yeah, we don't have specific. We don't have to acquire specific requirement, right? We just have to have high curiosity and also start asking questions and testify our ideas. Okay, that's the answer, Intan. Hope it answers your question. Oh, another following question: science and faith. Which one do you prefer?
Well,
Is it a hard question? And why?
Yeah, it's a hard question. I think both. When we have faith, when we realize that faith is in a different platform than the scientific realm, I think it's okay to have those both. Yeah.
Yes, it's a really thought-provoking question, I think.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yes. Do you think it can?
Maybe we can discuss it later.
Okay, we can discuss it later if you want, Intan. And I'm kind of, I really agree with your statement that we have to habituate the scientific thinking. And I think Ko Bisa is also trying to, approach that that goal to habituate this scientific thinking. But if I may ask, what are, when you make the content on Kobe side, did it satisfy yourself after educating people to have scientific thinking?
Well, I think it's a good thing to try to help others by making science and education contents on in form of animation video. It's a good thing, but I think uh, making that content is also not enough to shape our society to become more scientific minded. I think it's just a small step to help our society as a whole.
Yeah, agree. So that's why we're here, to educate other people too, to be more scientific minded. All right, Nada. Hi, Nada. You there?
Hi, yes, I'm here. My connection is really bad. That's why I can't turn on my camera right now. So sorry.
No worries. That's okay, Nada. So Nada, right now we're talking about scientific thinking. What about you? Do you have any experiences regarding on that way of thinking when you solve your problems?
Actually, no. I choose to use my feelings in deciding everything. So I rarely do the scientific thinking because it will make me overwhelmed and getting more confused on which one should I choose.
Oh, that's
So yeah.
another interesting idea, Nada. So have you ever get overwhelmed by it, Galih, like Nada? And how can we overcome that? Thanks, Nada, for sharing. Okay, Galih, have you ever feel overwhelmed as well while implementing scientific thinking in your life? Maybe you get
Well, yeah,
too
of
overwhelmed
course,
by everything.
of course, because it needs a lot of work to
And
implement the
how do you
scientific thinking.
overcome that?
Um, at least I can take some time before decide the conclusion of some information out there, or I can just easily ask to my friend that I think or I know that they are capable to answer them. So that's one of the alternative way to 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 find the conclusion to ask to the person that is capable.
Ask the experts, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that's really, I think that's the solution. That's one of the solutions as well. And what about that, Nada? Will you try that? Oh, Nada is gone. Okay, so how scientific thinking, now we're speaking about using scientific thinking in our daily life, like in a really day-to-day life, and like as simple as when you want to decide what to eat, do you also use scientific thinking to decide that?
Well, uh, no, of course.
Like,
But if I want to eat some kind of food that is not that familiar to me, then I'll try to implement it by whether to check it's clean or not, or it's recommended or not, it's good enough, or yeah.
okay, yes, it's really essential because we need to, like, I always I always hear you are what you eat, so we need to choose the best food that we can eat.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, does I would love to ask about how to implement scientific thinking. You say that when the evidence don't match the hypothesis, and it doesn't match with the hypothesis, what is you suggested us to think again? What do you mean by it?
Sorry,
To
can you
think again,
repeat the
or
question?
sorry, Galih, can you hear me?
Can you repeat the question?
Oh, okay.
I think
So you said that when that's all right. You said that when our evidence doesn't match with when our hypothesis doesn't match with the evidence, you suggested us to think again. And how can we do that? I mean, what is the best way? Is it just to eliminate those ideas that are false, or just to find out again, to dig deeper?
Well, it is for us to make sure once again whether our hypothesis is true or not, and by think again or test our hypothesis again, we can make our conclusion be more robust, or more we can be more sure about our conclusion by test it again and again. So that's what I meant by think again, or try to test it again.
Oh, try to test it again. Okay. Wow, that's really rational answer for it. And I just got, by the way, I just got a notification from Kok Bisa. So it's a new video. The title is Apa Jadinya Kalau Negara Bangkrut. It's very interesting. I think I will watch that after this class ends. Well, speaking of speaking of your your goals in life, do you think, what is your goal in life, Galih, if I may ask?
That's the hardest question for this section. My goal, my goal is quite simple, to help people around me. That's one of my goals. To help myself and help my society.
Yeah. Simple yet powerful.
Yeah. That's my goal for.
How?
Yeah.
How will you do that?
Sorry.
How will you do that?
So by by working on problems that I think it's matter, like the science communication, like Kok Bisa do right now. So we try to connect the scientific community to the ordinary people. So and that's because of that's what I do, and I want to help the society by doing so. So yeah.
Okay. So what are the further actions that will Kok Bisa do after educating people about science, and what are the next steps after that?
Well, I think we still have a lot of time to achieve that vision, but maybe after everyone get enlightened, then we can do what we think that is important for us after we have the robust fundamentals on what should we think. So yeah.
Yep. Yes, I'm highly believe that everyone are enlightened by your content on YouTube.
Yeah, we hope so.
Okay. What about people who don't have, logical intelligence? Like they rarely use their logic, and like maybe like me and Ada, we frequently use our feelings to decide something. Do you think it's dangerous?
Well, I think first it's okay to trust our guts because it's also explained by the infographics that I mentioned it earlier. The two system of thinking. So when we say that we choose decision by instinct, it's actually comes from our habit, our own experience. It's true based on our experience. So we tend to believe that, and that's okay because sometimes our belief, our experience is true, but there is another occasion that our experience is not that true. Sometimes it's wrong, it's false. So that's where we have to our belief, our intuition. So yeah, I think it's okay to trust our feelings, but in another occasion, I think we should try to think more solely and critically.
Oh, that's cool. Yes. Oh, I agree with you. Like the system one, we tend to think with our instinct, and the system two is we take a pause and then try to contemplate about the evidence, the hypothesis that we make, the predictions, and to testify it. Oh, wow. Yeah, I get it now.
Yeah.
It starts to make perfect sense to me. We have another question from YouTube because this topic is very interesting, and people nowadays people are trying to be more mindful because we have hold we have held 3 mindfulness classes, and there are a lot of people who are interested in it, and now scientific thinking, it makes it more complete, I think. And the question from someone on YouTube is, what is an example of scientific thinking? Like maybe you can give the example, Galih.
I'm sorry, the example of
Yeah, so the question is, what is an example? Yes, scientific thinking.
so the example of scientific thinking, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. For starter, maybe the example of thing scientifically is our thesis for each of us who already passed the already graduated from university. Thesis is one of the product of scientific thinking. We ask question, we make a hypothesis, and based on that, we try to test it. But not only we can implement the scientific thinking on in academic sector, but we also can do it on our day-to-day life. So if you ask me what is the product of scientific thinking, well, in our day-to-day life, it is not that much of products, but we can see it from the invention that some inventors out there. So that's one of the example of scientific thinking products.
Yeah. Agree. Yes. And there are so many great inventions starts from asking some questions.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. like the smartphone, the laptop, and everything, and the medicines, vaccines.
By
It all
AppleFall,
starts.
like Newton once said, us.
Uh-huh.
And based on that,
Yes.
he invented uh, the Newton law. Based on that,
Yeah, Newton law. Oh my God, so many benefits by being more scientific. Okay, so how do children think like scientists? Oh, maybe it's a mom asking how do children, maybe she's trying to raise her kids with scientific thinking. So the question is, how can I raise my children to think like scientists? Oh, it becomes parenting 101 now.
yes.
Okay.
For disclaimer, I'm not a parent yet, so I'll try to answer it from my point of view.
Okay.
But it's a good question. I think we can try to educate to tell the kids how to think like a scientist by, like I mentioned it earlier, by asking questions, by make them more curious about their surroundings, show
Yep.
them how our society works or how our culture by show them by giving them books or content from YouTube or any other kind of platform. So
Yep.
by making them more curious, they will ask questions based on it.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's accurate. I think yeah, we need to stimulate them to start asking questions, and when they ask questions, please, we cannot just be quiet. We should answer the questions. Okay. Hope it answers your question, mommy from YouTube. And I hope that it will also inspire other parents to raise their kids to think and act like scientists. Okay, so, and this is another question. So what is the difference between hypothesis and a theory? Wow, kind of hard
Okay.
question. Like, is
That's
hypothesis only an assumption? What about theory?
yeah, it's kind of like that. So a hypothesis, it's basically like our assumption, but it is not tested yet whether it's true or not. And theories is a supported hypothesis. So theories comes from a hypothesis that is supported by facts and evidence.
Okay, so when it's already matched with the evidence, so it becomes a theory. Okay.
Putri bisa masukin aku ke room lagi nggak?
Okay, which room are you in? Karaki, would you please take Anna to her room, please? Because I'm using my phone. Hi, Karaki. Nada, can you do that?
I just changed my.
Okay, Anna, I can
she
make
already
you. Anna, I can make you. Oh, she already go there. Okay, thank you. Okay. Wow, we talked a lot about how can we be more scientific, and then we also give tips to a parent, to a mom, to raise her children to have scientific mindset, and you also explain some scientific methods that can be used for the parents. That's really enlightening, Galih. It's beyond my expectations. Congrats. Okay. And what do you want to say to those people who don't want to implement scientific thinking? Like they tend to share hoax and share hoaxes without feeling guilty, and they share conspiration theories. What do you want to say to them to enlighten them?
Well, maybe the first one is watch out because you can be caught by the law because if our law prevent that to happen. So yeah, don't do that. But if you still want to believe in that kind of theories, for me personally, it's okay for all of you guys to believe in that kind of story. But again, if you love your family, your friends, and all of your relatives, by making a better decision, by informing them with with a more accurate decision, it will also not only help us but also our surroundings. So yeah, by having this kind of way of thinking, we can help our surroundings. So yeah.
Yes, I do agree with you completely because a strong majority of human thinks of science or scientific thinking brought benefits to society that we have today. Wow, that's really interesting talk we had. And we have we have them here now, our Britzoners. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Okay, I would love to ask the Britzoners first, how was the discussions you have with the facilitator? Who wants to answer? How was it? Maybe Dennis wants to answer. How was your discussion in your breakout room, Dennis?
Good. Yeah, we talked a lot about scientific things, I would say. Yeah, and there's so much, yeah, a lot of insights that I got from Dian and this.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're in
from
one group with Ian. Oh, wow.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you so
Oh,
much,
we're
Dennis.
back.
Okay, now everyone is back, and I'm so excited to hear the summary of your group discussions. Maybe I will start calling your facilitator, and then the facilitator will call one name to represent the team. First of all, I will call Fasil Saskia Nazar. Hi, Saskia.
Hi, Putri.
Hi.
All right.
How
So
was it?
yeah, it's a really great discussion. I don't know. I feel like educated because the speakers in my the member in my group is really great members. Maybe they are smarter than I am.
And scientific minded people, right?
Sorry?
And also scientific minded people.
Yeah, they are. They are. Actually, we have.
You are.
I have two members in my FGD. So there is Dian and also Dennis. For tonight's representative, our group is just Dennis. So Dennis, time is yours.
Okay. Yay.
All right. Thank you. Good evening. So my name is Dennis. Today I'm going to present our summary about our conversation. So basically, we have talked about questions, and we answer the questions given by the conductor. The first question, if I'm not mistaken, is like why should we think like a scientist? And Dian and I agree that we shouldn't be like a scientist, but we should be thinking. We should think logically and then maybe critically, like a scientist. And that's more important rather than being like a scientist. Yeah, that's one. Why this is important? Because in our society, especially in my community here, people, I think people like to spread out some hoaxes, and they don't want to know the resources and things like that. So I think we should be like that. And the second one is the second one's about the scenario, if I'm mistaken. So we talk about when we should think like scientifically and we shouldn't be thinking that way, because as Dian said, that we live in the world where there are so many things out there we don't know, and we can overcome or know by scientific method, but non-scientific too. So we should put ourselves in certain situations, and we should know about that. And the third one is the most horrifying hoax. So I'm going to share you guys about my experience and the experience. The first one, the hoax that I got here in my city, which is in Jayapura. So there, I heard that there were like a big demonstrations here, and then all the internet shut down. And in September 24 to 30, and I was very curious and I was very skeptical because the telecom didn't really pop up that that issue. So yeah, eventually it was a hoax. And the second one, I think this is the most important from Dian, that people believe that corona doesn't exist, which is very ridiculous. And like there are so many people out there dying with the coronavirus, infected by that, and they still don't believe it. Yeah, that's pretty hilariously damaging our society, our mental mind too. Yeah, okay. I think that's all what we got. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Dennis, Saskia, and Dian, for the summary from your discussion. Oh, it's really great summary, and it makes us want to start thinking like a scientist and also have non-scientific thinking as well, like you said. Thank you. Thank you, Saskia. And I want to call out another facilitator. It's Matt. Hi, Matt.
Yes,
Are
I'm
you
here.
good?
Well, I'm good.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking.
How is it, Matt?
Well, honestly, I only have one participant in my group. Like we just talk, just talk like they're just the two of us in the group. So yeah, it's kind of it's not really like intense talking. We just talk, just chill out, just discussing the FGD. So yeah, I have Lina with me, and she is the newcomer, guys. First timer.
Wow, Lina, welcome to the
Yeah,
family.
welcome. So I'm gonna call her my one only participant in my group. So Lina, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So Lina, tell us more about what have you discussed with Matt in FTD room.
Okay. First, my facial is made, and I want to say thank you for her. And we are discuss about how do you know if it's a hoax or not. Because we are not really scientific thinker, so so we just think about the how to know it's a hoax or not. First, we must Googling to get some information. Then we are more asking some friends to discuss about the news. And yeah, it is
Mm.
that's conclusion. What this
Oh, oh, that's really great, Lina. Thank you
thank you.
so much for sharing the summary from your discussion. And yeah, it's also the way we implement scientific thinking delivered by Galih. Okay, thank you, Matt and Lina. Very
Yeah.
enlightening. Another facilitator will be Arif. Hi, Arif.
Hi, Putri.
Okay, how was the discussion?
The discussion ran very, very well, and I think we lacked of time because the discussion was running very, very interesting. We need more time actually. We need like an hour discussion. So yeah, now I'm going to. Oh yeah, we got 3 persons in my group. We got Mbak Rosa, Nanda, and also Dina. Okay, now I'm going to pick Dina to be the representative.
Wow, Dina.
You ready?
Our future psychologist. Dina.
Yes, exactly.
Your time.
Okay.
Thank you for the opportunity, Kak Arif.
Sure.
We had such a really great discussion, and we got the question why we should think like a scientist. And according to Kak Rosa, it's good to think like a scientist. Like it's good to think about things like really deeply and really systematically. And I also do agree like how we understand about things, like how we understand about how the world works. It can lead you to a lot of good things like wisdom maybe. And I mean like if you know like how your body works, how your body does like a really great job for you to only like breathe, I think it can make you into like a better human. And but I also think that scientific thinking, I mean like mostly I know scientific thinking is about object or like materialist way to, I mean like it's based on material, it's based on how you see an object, like the object that you see. And I think that's a one step for you to act upon it. So I think it's a good thing to think like a scientist, but there's also more to it, like like how science, I mean like in psychology it's really hard for us to like embrace science because we learn something that we cannot see, and science is like really demand us to quantify everything. And yeah, and that's, I think that's some kind of science that is not only it, like you can take something else like wisdom, or like something that like advices from your great grandmas, and it also can be true. And we also know that all the theories that has been written, there's always some possibilities that the theory gone wrong, even though it's just like a small possibility. But I think that kind of gives you like a I don't know how to say it, like a way that reminds you that it's not always that thing. And I think yeah, you can get wisdom from a lot of things, and also science as well. And I think that's it for me.
Okay.
Hi,
Well,
thank you, Dina.
Thank you, Dina, and thank you, Arif. Wow, that will be a great combination: scientific thinking plus advice from great grandma. I agree with you. Okay, thank you, Dina, our future psychologist. Well, Galih, we already heard some perspective from our scientific thinkers who happen to be Britzoners. What do you think, Galih? Do you have any comments about that?
Um, uh, I think we should discuss it even more in the future, because like Dina said that science is one of the method. There is another kind of method, but which one is more suitable for us to implement. And maybe that's will be the next discussion, maybe.
Yeah, that will happen in the next episode, surely. Okay, is that all, Galih?
Yeah, I think that's all.
Is that all from you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you, Galih. And right now, with Wednesday team. Okay, Galih, don't go anywhere. Okay, we still have another session with Wednesday team, and right now it's Wednesday fun quiz, where we will test your English level. So as our team said earlier in the coordination group, we will test your English level by testing the antonym and synonym. So get ready, guys. Okay, maybe for Zoom host, you can share your screen.
All right, be ready, guys.
Okay, you can join our Wednesday fun quiz by opening quizzes on your browser. Okay, so you can go to joinmyquiz.com. You can use any device to open that and then enter the game code. So go to joinmyquiz.com.
Yeah, I can't wait
and
for the
type
game.
the game code. Yeah, have you joined the game, Nada? Have you joined it?
No, I prefer to have fun here with you rather than join the game because I'm not sure I can join till the end due to the connection issue.
Okay, that's understandable. Okay, now you can go to join my quiz and.com and type the game code. Maybe Nada, you can come with me to make it more fun with your voice and make it more competitive for Britzoners.
Sure. I would love to do that. Okay, come on, guys. Only 6 people there. The game code is 977079.
Come on, guys. We're still waiting for you.
Come on. Wow,
Okay,
scientific thinker.
Tatsuya. Oh, scientific thinker. Nada. Oh, Galih joined the game. That's really fun.
Wow. I thought that the scientific thinker was Galih, but end up not him.
Yeah, iced tea. Oh, I would love to drink iced tea. And stop. What fun. Come on, we'll wait for another 1 minute for you to join the game. Come on, guys.
Hello, we have Mochi there.
Mochi. Hi, Mochi. Okay, playing with other 13 players. Or now it's 15 players. Okay, Nada, should we start now?
I think yes. Or is there anyone wanna join again? Wow, we have 17 people now.
17 people now. Come on, guys.
I think we can start now, Kak.
Okay. Okay, Karaki, we can start now. Nada, you can read the question.
Okay, so the first question.
Which word is a synonym for the red word, the big? Which word is a synonym for the big? Is it small? Okay, Karaki, you can go. You can click next. Yay, all done. I'm correct. Okay, let's see who's winning. It's Mochi. Congrats, Mochi. So the correct answer is huge because the word is big, so the synonym is huge. Next, please.
Wow. Congratulations, Mochi.
Congratulations, Mochi. Let's go to the next question.
Okay, and the next question is, which word is a name for the red terrible storm much destruction in okay, and let's see.
Hold on, leads the game. It's Dian now. Wow, congrats, Dian. Yes, the synonym for terrible is awful. Next, please. Which word is a synonym for the red word? Please be careful not to break the Lego tower I built. Come on. We're still waiting for you. Oh, all done. Let's see who leads the game. It's A. Who is A, Nada? Yeah, the correct answer is Bragg. Next, please, Karaki. Did you see that fast car? So, what is the synonym for the word fast? Yeah, it's speedy. That's right. A is still leading. A is still leading. Okay, next, please. Which word is the synonym for fat? Wow, everyone is getting faster. Yes, it's chubby. Now Matt is leading. Matt is climbing up. Okay, next. We will end our session when we reach the 10th question, ya, Karaki. Which word is a synonym for hate? Yes, it's dislike. Let's see the leaderboard. A is still leading and Dian is on the second. Okay, wow, 17 people got it right. Next, please. We will stop this session until we reach the 10th question. I studied a lot and did a good job on my test. So what is the synonym for good? Come on, guys. Let's answer the question. The time is ticking. One more player haven't answered the question. Okay, Karaki, maybe you can go to the next slide. Okay, the synonym for silent. Okay, let's end the question. Yes, proceed. All done. Let's see the leaderboard. Oh, A is still leading. Okay, now we go to the 9th question. We will stop when we reach the 10th question. Which word is the synonym for the red word? I typed the wrong. Okay, let's end it. All done. One more question and then we're finished. A, wow, free Britney. Are you campaigning here, free Britney? Okay, last question, guys. Stay focused and let's see who's the winner. Sometimes we use nice too much to describe people. It gets boring. Okay, let's see who wins the game. Time's up. Yes, the answer is true. Okay, let's see the leaderboard. Wow, congratulations A for winning the game and Free Britney for being the second runner-up. And I think that will be all from Wednesday Fun Quiz. And thank you so much for participating on our Wednesday Fun Quiz. And congratulations for all the winners. And next week, maybe we're going to go to the antonym questions. So thank you so much, Britzoners. Okay, now moving ahead, I would love to give Galih time to give final statement, or do you want to give something to strengthen your statement, maybe, Galih? Now it's time.
Okay, final statement. I haven't had a clue about what is my final statement, but what I want to say is there are a lot of problems out there, so we try to overcome it by just start asking questions, and by that maybe we can get closer to the truth, to the answer. So yeah, always curious.
Okay, thank you so much, Galih. Give it up for Galih.
You're welcome.
Wow. Okay, thank you. Now I want to thank Galih. Thank you so much for investing your time, and thank you so much for being so passionate to share your knowledge with us. And thank you so much, Britzoners, for keep returning to our classes, and thank you for being here. You guys are awesome. Okay, I think that will be all for today. I am Putra Melina as the MC for today, and right now we're going to have class tradition is by taking some pictures together. So I encourage you guys to turn on your camera and let's take a picture together. I really want to see Riandatu and Amas to turn on your camera. Dina, Dika, Danny. Oh, Danny, you already make a post. That's lovely. Dimas, Shiva, and Tra, and also Striana, and Lina, Nada, to turn on your camera. And let's take a picture together. Oh, I can see Miss Nana over there. Hi, Miss Nana. You look lovely. Okay. So Zoom host, you ready to take a picture?
All right. So give the best pose, Britzoners. I will count from 1, 2, and 3. Cheers. All right. Wait a moment. Let's have another pose. Wait. In 1, 2, and 3. Cheers. All right. Thank you so much, Britzoners.
Thank you so much, Karaki.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
See
Galih.
you
Thank you,
in another
Britzone.
Thank you,
classes.
everyone.
See you on Saturday.
See you on Saturday for season.
Yeah.
And take
See you
care.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Grazie, danke.